Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's Kaukab Ghazal. In this video, we'll study about different learning tactics. There are present 10 smart study tactics that support how the brain actually works. We will study whole of these 10 important points respectively. First of all, test yourself before you have studies. It is very important point that you should prepare yourself for learning. It is very important point. Across a variety of experiments, psychologists have found that in some circumstances, wrong answers on a pretest are not merely useless guesses, and on the other hand, alert students to the scope of the subjects and what they will likely to be tested on in a final exam. So, pre-testing helps with something called fluency illusions. So, it is very important point. Next point is space out your study sessions over time. It means that uh, prolonged cramming is insufficient. Only one set of synapses is being engaged. And it is very important uh, that the training or the learning should be in three short repetitious episodes spaced 1 hour apart, performed best on memory tests. Third important point is change up your study environment. It is also another important point which can be used for effective learning process. Rather than sitting at your desk or sitting in on the kitchen table studying for hours, we can find out some new scenery that will actually create new associations in our brain and make it easier to recall information during the exam or during the circumstances when this learned material is actually required. So changing your environment is very important because it will bring your brain to force to retrieve the same information in different places and will therefore see that information as more uh, useful and worth holding on to. So it is very important because the brain actually wants variations. It is very important point. It wants to move, it wants to take periodic breaks. Changing contexts, changing environment is very important aspects in learning process. Fourth important point, which is important for the learning, is that we should take regular naps. Uh, we should give proper time for our sleep. About 7 to 8 hours or 8 to 9 hours. These are very important sleeping hours, and mind will actually become refreshed. A record of biophysiological changes during average 73 minutes naps is very important. Essentially, we are the first just to report evidence that naps are important for preschool important students. Fifth important point, it is related to the quiz yourself instead of reading. Being aware of your own learning, something various psychologists actually say that we should check in with ourselves periodically. For best results, do this on all levels. For a specific chapter, a whole unit, and even for our entire course. So it is important that we should check in periodically. Uh, what you have learned and what you have left to learn in a course or during a test preparation session, but the more explicit about it is better to check in with yourself periodically with repeated times. Next important point is separate process from the progress. Learning is actually, you can say that it is a word, it is a quite literally to refer to everything from memorizing to remembering to forgetting to knowing. Okay, this is a word uh, that can refer to everything from memorizing to remembering, from remembering to forgetting, and from forgetting to knowing. So uh, it is very important to keep in mind the difference between process and progress. Process and progress. When we are receiving high marks on a test or in a course, it doesn't mean that we have learned properly. Uh, it means we have made progress in our education according to a certain set of standards. Similarly, learning process actually never ends. So we should separate the process from the progress. Look forward to forgetting. Actually, making mistakes while learning can benefit memory and lead to correct answer, but only if the guesses are close, but no secure according to new research findings from health sciences. Making random guesses doesn't appear to benefit later memory for the right answer. These results they have actually profound clinical and practical implications that if we are forgetting various those things which are actually not required, so it will enhance uh, to learn about the new things. Number 9 important point is imagine you will be teaching someone else. When students expect to teach new material to others, they remember more of that material correctly and organize their recall more effectively. It has been studied experimentally. When teachers prepare to teach, they tend to seek out key points and organize information into a coherent structure. So it means that whenever you are going to learn something, you should imagine that you are going to teach someone else. In this way, you can learn better. Last point is study to learn, not to know. It is also a very important point when we study in order to know things, that knowing often becomes quite shallow because all it really means, will I remember this long enough to regurgitate on text? So, what we are seeing here is actually smart, actionable strategies to promote better learning. And not just learning for the test, learning for the life. It's possible that current educational climate, which emphasizes standardized tests and measured of performance, is not conducive to improved learning habits. Basically, we tend to focus on short-term achievements. This is also a very important point that we should study to learn, not to know. Okay, learning actually refers to the change in behavior. Okay, when we will learn something, then there must be actually a changed behavior in ourselves. So this is very important point in the learning. Hopefully uh, you will get benefit from this short tutorial uh, about the learning process.